all of you. I don't know if you can hear me. Just came out here to San Francisco to hang out with my wife. She's with my kids right now. And so I got some time to walk around. I hope you guys can hear me. I don't know if you can hear me right now. I'm using the Bluetooth. But so I made this video because I want to show people that it's okay to be in public. And you know, I feel sad when people are thinking, can you hear me? Okay, great, thank you. So I feel bad when I see other TIs just or talk about how they don't want to be out in public and they're scared to be out in public. And I feel so bad for them because that's something they have to get over because it's such an important fear that can live your life and you don't want that. Important as in, if you want to get rid of gang stalking, you have to have the no fear mentality. So no fear mentality is don't let the gang stalkers in public bother you. So I know some of you right now, if you're standing right here where I am at, you'll probably hear gang stalkers over there, you'll hear gang stalkers over there. And I can hear my gang stalkers, but I don't let them bother me. You know why? Because who cares? What are they gonna do? I can hear them talk, but no one is confronting me right now. No one is up on my in front. No one's in front of me right now. You know, talking trash to me. There's no gang stalker that's literally to my face talking trash to me. So why would I let the gang stalkers bother me? So I train myself to just let that go. Let the fear go. Who cares what other people are thinking? Who cares? I mean, look, I'm just out here in public and it's such a nice, wonderful day. So my wife is with my kid right now and they're doing their own thing. We're gonna meet up later. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll take this opportunity to come out here and just walk around. Right now I'm in San Francisco, by the way. So it's Father's Day. We decided to come out here for just for today. Drove a couple hours out here, and yeah, I mean, it's great. It's a beautiful day out here in San Francisco, and I needed to make this video to show you guys that it's important to go out where people are, and just enjoy yourself out in public, and by doing so, you are going to start to let go of the gang stalkers. Like, the gang stalker is not going to mean anything to you out in public. Just go out. The more you go out, the easier it gets. I mean, it will take some time. It's something you're going to have to overcome. Don't let the idea of, oh, the people in public are gang stalkers and they're spying on me. Who cares? You already know they're actually watching you, so if you know, then why would you let them prevent you from going out? Just go out. Let them watch you. That's what you believe. Just let them watch you. Who cares? The more they watch you, the easier it gets for you. So just do what I do. I mean, I don't let these people bother me at all. And that's what all TIs need to do. As soon as you get over this fear of going out, you are gonna start elevating. You're gonna become better at ignoring these gang stalkers. And you're gonna become better at beating this gang stalking phenomenon. Like, if you've been following my channel, you know I'm just easy breezy. And At first, I was scared to go out. I was really scared to go out at first. But after a couple years of just saying, who cares? You know, I made myself realize that I don't care no more. I don't care if these gang stalkers are out in public. I really don't care. I just want to go out and enjoy myself. So one day it just clicked for me. And of course it's easier with my wife, you know, we can go out together. She's a big supporter, you know, in helping me because she knows what's going on. She's very understanding, and I have to thank her for that. So for those of you out there that don't have a significant other, well, you need to go out, you know, put yourself out there. Go out there and just meet some people. It's going to make your life better. You're going to be happier. And enough of the gang stalking. You don't need to stress over gang stalking all the time. Especially if you stay at home, that's the worst thing for you. Staying at home, isolated by yourself, it's no good. You don't want to be isolated when it comes to gang stalking, because you know why? The gang stalkers can induce thoughts into your mind. So when you stay at home, based on my experience, what I did was I kept looking out my window. Any noise outside, I would peep out my window and I would kind of see, you know, what's going on. Or I'm just thinking about a lot of random stuff that's just not good in my life. And the more I think about those random things, the faster the time just goes. Like, next thing you know, I'm dozing off and 30 minutes have gone by. So 30 minutes I didn't do anything, and just sitting there dozing off. Well, at least that's for me, from my experience. So these gang stalkers want you to be alone, and they also want you to be isolated. So you're just kind of chilling and be listening to their voices. Even though you think you're not getting voice to skull, you're still receiving lower voice to skull. See all these people out here? I tell you guys, everybody's a TI. See all these people out here, like, all of them are receiving lower voice to skull. Every single one of them. But out of this entire crowd, there's some of them are true TIs. And those true TIs, not every one of them are receiving voice to skull. That is, you know, the loud voice. But they are still receiving the lower voice to skull, and that's the most dangerous. Because the lower voice to skull is what makes you doubt yourself. The lower voice to skull is what puts the fear in you. The fear of second guessing yourself, the fear of not wanting to go out, the fear of thinking everybody around you are like gang stalkers, the fear of not trusting your family, the fear of not trusting your friends, or losing your family or losing your friends. All those ideas come from the lower voice to skull. And you just have to be out in public. And you're gonna have to confront these fears inside of you. You have to confront these fears. If you don't confront these fears, I mean, what solution do you have? Give me a better solution. You're a true TI, you're afraid to go outside. I mean, what's your next move? At some point, you need to go out. And when you come to places like this, just let the fear go. The more you do this, the easier it gets. And you're a true TI, you're very special. People out here in public shouldn't bother you. And you have to get into this mentality. Well, okay, I just got a comment saying they tried for 11 years. Well, I don't know what type of method you tried, but and I don't know why you say you can't. I don't know what the limitations are, but you have to do it. You got to change your mindset. Don't tell yourself you can't. Like, don't put yourself down like that. You can't do it because you're a true TI. True TI are very special. You're very special. And that's another thing about being a true TI. The lower voice to skull will tell you things that will kind of like make you feel embarrassed. Like, embarrassment is one of the great tactics they use. Like, they might tell you like, oh, your shirt is too small, or you got a pimple on your face, or your dick is too small. I mean, they told me that stuff. I mean, my gang stalker told me, oh, my dick is too small. They've told me that before. I don't care. My wife ain't complaining and she's happy. I got no problem talking to girls. Not that I do because I'm married. But I mean, that's what the gang stalker will do. They'll say anything to you. You see that? They'll say whatever that will get into your mind. They'll say anything that has to do with fear and put fear in you. Now I got to a point where I just don't even care what they say because I know it's full of shit. And you're gonna have to challenge them. What I mean by that is, if you're scared to go out because you think your life is in danger, well, they're just bullshitting you because I called their bluffs. They tell me they were gonna kill me so many times. They told me they're gonna kill me tonight. And I would call their bluff. I mentioned this before. I told them, if I wake up tomorrow, then you are a pussy forever. Calling their bluff, telling them to kill me. And guess what? That was 3 years ago. I'm still here. So, and I've done this a few times. That's how you call their bluffs. You have to call their bluff. So you have an idea that it's just words. And if you're not receiving voice to skull, then they're attacking you with the lower voice to skull. So you're getting the feeling. And you're thinking that what you're hearing that are negative in your mind, you're thinking that it's your own thought, but it's not your own thought. Because let me tell you something. Like, people as humans, we don't naturally talk down on ourselves. Like, for example, I wouldn't just naturally talk down about myself. Like, that's just not what humans do. So in my mind, I wouldn't all of a sudden think negative of me. That negative thought is coming from another source. Only through, if you're talking to, let's say, someone you don't like, out in public, yeah, they're probably gonna say things that are negative to you, kind of similar to gang stalking. And that's the same example I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to let you know. When you're by yourself, you don't think negative of yourself. So if you're just chilling and you want to go out, all of a sudden you start getting ideas that, oh man, I don't look very well, or I don't like what I'm wearing. I don't like the way I look. I don't feel like going right now. Those aren't your thoughts. Those are the lower voice to skull from the gang stalkers. Try to get you to stay home. And once you realize this, things are going to change for you. Seriously, everything's going to change for you. You just have to realize that all these years as a true TI, all these negative thoughts, all these fears, is caused by the gang stalkers. And if you're receiving voice to skull, you're a bit more in the advantage, because at least you can tell, that they're tell the voices, you can tell the difference. But for the TIs that aren't that don't recognize voice to skull, you're gonna actually believe those the things you hear out in public are actually real people. Yes, it sounds shocking, but the gang stalkers can create sound in the environment when there's no one there. But they'll try to be sneaky. They'll create sound when someone walk by, some random person walk by, and they'll create sound to make you believe that random person that walked by was the person that made whatever the statement to make you believe they're the gang stalkers. Because after the sound comes in, you know what happens after the sound comes in? The lower voice of the skull will kick in after the sound comes in. And the lower voice of the skull will tell you, basically makes you focus on what that sound was, which is like an insult. So the voice of the skull will make an insult. The lower voice of the skull will direct your attention to the insult. And then now you're kind of like falling into the trap, because now your focus is on that insult and you're gonna believe that the person that walked by are the gang stalkers. I mean, if you're following me, that's basically the bottom line. I made a video talking about how it's the 1-2 combo. The 1-2 combo. Voice to skull. And then the lower voice to skull will come in and make you think about that insult. So, for example, you have neighbors and you've been believing your neighbors are the gang stalkers. Well, the gang stalkers can actually make sound in the direction of your neighbors, and then afterwards it's always the lower voice to skull that's what directs your attention to it. And that's why I tell you guys the lower voice to skull is the most dangerous, because it does the most work. And for a true TI, if you don't recognize that, you're gonna need no fear mentality. And once you have no fear mentality, you will soon enough recognize lower voice to skull, because that's how it worked for me. But if you have fear, then you're losing the battle, because you do not have home court advantage in your mind. So if you have fear, just standing right here with all these people walking by, the lower voice to skull will tell you, will try to make you go somewhere else. Will try to make you feel like you're doing something embarrassing. We'll try to make you feel like, don't be over here right now. Just go over there to the side and just go stand over there instead. And then once you go over there, the lower voice of the skull will really kick in and start telling you, like, you don't hear it, but it's like a feeling. Make you feel like you just don't want to be here. But if you do have the no fear mentality, like me, like I've been teaching you guys, like right now in my mind, I'm not even focused on any of these people. So, I really don't care what these people think. Yeah, they'll walk by me and they'll look, but then, that's it. I mean, I don't care what they'll think of me, because it means nothing. And that's what you have to understand. You have that no fear mentality. And once you have that, you're gonna know exactly what to do when those negative feelings come in. When the lower voice of the skull try to make you doubt yourself, you're gonna actually recognize that, and you're gonna create some positive thoughts in your mind. Yes, you do have to generate some positive thoughts, because ignoring it is good if you can understand how to ignore it, but you're gonna still need to generate positive thoughts to make yourself feel better. Like that good feeling of empowering your own spirit. So you're gonna need to generate something positive for your own mind, especially for yourself. You're gonna need that, because those thoughts are important. Those thoughts are very important to build up your own spirit, and you're gonna need it. Like if I was single right now, see this? Like if I was single right now, I would just go in there. I have no problem going there. I'll just start dancing with girls. Seriously, no problem. Right? I'm very experienced at going to the club back in my college days, and this is like the perfect scene for me. But like she's probably watching right now, maybe, but you're gonna watch later, so I can't be doing anything right now. But it's like this is the place to be, you know? So it's like, it's something you're gonna have to get over. It's something you're gonna have to get used to. I'm gonna show you guys what's going on. You're gonna have to have the no fear mentality to really understand what's going on. And if you understand the no fear mentality, then all this means nothing. This really means nothing.
Like I wanna be inside of you.
See that?
When the sun goes down,
No one's even looking.
I feel like I wanna be
Everybody
inside of you.
is stuck with their own
When
lower
the sun
voices go.
goes down, yeah.
Know what I'm saying? Look at the people behind me.
Inside you.
No one gives a shit about me.
When the sun goes down,
They are thinking about
I
themselves.
feel like I wanna be
See,
inside of you.
I realized this years
When the
ago.
sun goes down, yeah.
I'm from this club. I'm in the nightclub. And I'm looking around. And I'm like, wow. No one gives a shit. Everyone's just like worried about themselves. Because I know I went through this. I went through this. And when I'm just at the club, I would always think about, oh, should I dance funny or whatever? But people just worry about themselves. Look at everybody behind me. No one gives a shit now. I'm right front in the center. Yeah, no one gives a fucking shit. I'm just giving a live YouTube right now for all these people behind me that don't give a shit. What really turns them on is confidence. Confidence is what really turns them on. You can have someone that's with a billionaire, and she go out shopping, whatever, someone with confidence talk to her, like she's gonna start like forgetting about her billionaire husband. I'm not telling you to do that, but I'm just using as an example that women like confidence. Confidence is what turns them on. And if you have the confidence, you can actually get any girl you want. The confidence is the key. Just have the confidence as a TI. Go out, meet people, talk to people, and stop listening to the lower voice of skull, because the lower voice of skull will tell you, you're talking to a person at a bar or whatever, out in public, your lower voice of skull will kind of tell you to make you doubt that person. I don't. If you like that person, don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Just go out there, have a good time, and soon enough, the gang stalkers will be out of your mind. And then you're gonna realize they are there when you're alone. You're gonna start realizing you're most active when you're alone. And that's when you are gonna start getting better at this. Like, these are gradual steps you're gonna have to take. These steps are very important. And you have to understand it's like a slow process to progress yourself and get yourself out of this fear of gang stalking. And I feel so bad for you two TIs that are just so scared to go outside. You know, you can't. How many more years are you gonna do this? I mean, I got a comment saying 11 years. Well, that's not too late. You can still change it. You just have to turn that switch on. But how? I can't tell you how, because you know your life. You know what are your resources. You know what you have. You know what you don't have. You gotta be realistic with yourself. And you have to turn on that switch in your mind and just no longer care about what these people out in public think. Don't let the people in public scare you, because it's the lower voice to skull talking. It's the lower voice to skull making you feel like you're doubting yourself. I hope this live is helping you guys. And you know, this is such a beautiful day. I just have to share with you guys. And I'm about to end this, but sorry you're commenting, but I'm just talking. I'm not reading the comments. Sorry about that. And if you've been here since the beginning, thank you for joining me. And I just want to share this beautiful day with you guys. I mean, look at this. Look at this. It's wonderful. Oh yeah. I hope this motivates you guys to go outside now. Well, I know not every place is like this in San Francisco, so. One thing about San Francisco is, the last I checked, there's more female here than male. I'm talking about literally like high 50% female. So, maybe that's why if you notice, if you look around, there's just females everywhere. Like, the ratio is like unbelievable if you're single. But I mean, I'm out of the market, so I can't. So I'm just telling you guys what's going on. And you know, for your city, might not be like this, or you might not even have festival like this. It's okay. You don't have to do it all the time. Just once in a while. You might have to travel a little further away out of your town to do this, to go to the event. It's worth it. Make yourself do it. Go out there, meet some people, start talking to people, drink a beer or something. If that helps you, listen up. Like, people are actually very friendly, and I notice people want to help others. If you ask them questions, they would actually want to help you, sincerely want to help you. Especially at places like this, people are extra friendly. So if you just want to ask, once you break that ice of not being all stiff out in public, everything just comes easy breezy. Everything just easy breezy, no problems whatsoever. And that's exactly what all of you need to do. Every one of you need to do this if you're scared to be out in public. I know I'm kind of like rambling on now, but I mean, I'm feeling the energy out here. It feels great. I just want to, you know, help you TIs out there that are just stuck at home or just stuck and scared to go out. Like, you need to go out. And if you're shy, okay, what's the best thing to do? Okay, I'll tell you what's the best thing to do. You see how people are walking on this street, right? There's a lot of people walking on this street. So if you're shy, the best thing for you to do is, you see these like tables behind me, kind of like these bars and these tables. So like right here. You see how there's a open table behind me? It's facing this busy path right here where people walk. So to loosen up, it's best to just grab a seat right there and just sit there for a bit. Give it 20, 30 minutes, you're gonna actually start feeling relaxed. Once you do that, you can go from there. I mean, it'll be great if you actually buy the music, like the music back there, sit over there so you can hear some music, that'd be great. Because if there's no music, I mean, you're still listening to a lower voice skull, and just by sitting there, you might be vulnerable to them talking down on you. I mean, if you don't recognize it already. So, just go grab a seat somewhere where there's music, where there's a lot of people walking by, and just chill, relax. You're gonna feel great. Don't let that sensation of looking stupid bother you, because you're not looking stupid. No one gives a shit about you. No one's thinking about you. But if you want them to think about, if you really want that person to think about you, you're gonna have to walk up there and engage with them. Because right now, all these people walking by, no one gives a fucking shit about me filming. I mean, they might look at me, just glance at me, but as soon as they walk by, they're gonna forget about me. Who cares? But if I want to really find someone interesting, I want to engage with them, I'm gonna have to actually go and talk to them, let them know, you know, kind of have conversation, chit chat, whatever. Otherwise, just sit there, chill, relax, look at some people, and just don't let that idea of, oh, I'm alone, I'm looking stupid here. Don't let that stuff bother you, because you will receive those ideas in your mind, because that's one of their go-to tactics. The lower voice skull will always use that tactic, because it's like common sense, you know? What are they gonna do? It makes you feel like you're embarrassed. It makes you feel like you're a loner. It makes you feel like you're just like out of place. It makes you feel like you're a weirdo. You know, like you don't belong, you know? But that is what you need to understand and recognize. And what worked for me is just telling myself, no one gives a shit about me. They only give a shit about themselves. That's what everyone's doing. They're just thinking about themselves. And that's how it works.
Sorry.
And soon enough,
Oh no, I'm okay.
you will overcome everything. Like soon enough, none of this will matter. And as a true TI, you still have to be humble. Like you can't, just because you have the confidence, you have no fear, doesn't mean you're gonna start hitting on other people's girlfriends or significant others, or like, you know, you still gotta present yourself politely. You still gotta be nice to people, because that's gonna bring good karma. You know, it's gonna make you, it's gonna bring better energy for you. So what's strange about karma is some people might not get it, you know, in a short period, might not get it instantly. But the universe don't see time like we do. For you, the universe, time just don't matter like that. So that karma, for whatever reason, will come back around. That's what I believe. That's how the universe works. And you have to realize I'm not the only person. Everyone's got their own karma. So sometimes things have to be worked around, you know? Because other people's are involved. You know? So that's why it's just good energy, good karma is gonna come back. It will. And if you don't believe in karma, well, it doesn't hurt to at least think of it in a good way, because it doesn't hurt. It's a good feeling. See, I believe in it. I believe in good karma. That's a great feeling. Like paying it forward. Paying it forward, it's a great feeling. You ever done that? Seriously, it's something about paying forward. It's like a feeling that just feels great. It comes natural. So that alone tells me something else is like, there's certain energy flow with being a good person. and helping others. It's hard to explain. It's not like you can hold on to, but it's like a surge of feeling, a surge of an energy. And it's a great feeling, and it exists. So if you want to pay it forward, just want to help someone random, you're going to feel great about it. It's powerful. And as a true TI, you will need more positive energy like that. You will need more positive energy, positive thoughts to just overcome gang stalking. And once you realize that, it's no longer gang stalking. It's not. It's only gang stalking if you have fear and you're stuck in fear. Once you're out of the fear, it's no longer gang stalking. And that's how you exit. Yes, they do. Yeah, they do steal our focus and attention. And that's exactly what they do. Now, when it comes to that, the lower voice to skull, they'll literally take your focus by the 10th of a second. Literally take your focus within 10th of a second. Like you could be in a conversation talking about one thing, and then they'll literally make you want to talk about something else. Change your focus away. So, and then I realized when I like closed my eyes, try to imagine something, I noticed they kept breaking my concentration. If I'm trying to imagine, let's say an image, like a certain number with a certain color background, I noticed as I focused, they kept attempting to break it. Either break it by flashing a different image or making the number have a different background color or just changing the numbers. But it comes fast. But guess what? You just gotta don't give up and keep doing it. So based on my experience, battle them for 15, 20 minutes and you're gonna become stronger and stronger and then you're gonna get better and better. So that initial 10, 15 minutes of the battle, you're gonna feel like, oh man, I can't focus anymore. Like what's going on? But guess what? That part of doubting yourself comes from the lower voice to skull. See, they're very tricky. For the first 10, 15 minutes, you're losing the focus battle. The lower voice to skull would tell you, oh man, they're really good. Am I losing control of myself? I can't focus anymore. See, the lower voice to skull would tell you that, but you would start believing it at first. But as you keep battling them, 10, 15 more minutes, you're gonna realize all of a sudden you're getting better and better at focusing. That's because they're getting weaker. See, they're not as strong as the beginning. So you wanna go long distance, the true TI, you're gonna have no problem winning the battle. And that's why I always tell you guys, you know, you are in the driver's seat, but you're gonna have to hold on because they have a lot of tactics. They're a master at manipulating you because that's based on my experience. They love to tell me, to make me doubt myself and make me believe that I'm losing the battle. See, once they tell me that I'm losing my battle, it's up to me to believe it or not. And I know a lot of you TIs out there will fall victim to that. You would actually believe that you're losing that battle.
That's like what we
And once that negative seed is planted into your mind, it blossoms, it sprouts, it grows. So, and which direction will it head towards? It's the negative direction, and that seed will keep growing, keep branching off into more negative thoughts, more negative ideas. And a couple years later, you're kind of stuck. Your mind is stuck at this place with all these doubts, all these fears. And it's hard for you to overcome. But that's what they want you to believe. You see, that was my lower voice of skull telling me to tell you this. It's hard to overcome. It's not hard to overcome. You need to turn on the switch. And that switch will come if you actually believe you are in the driver's seat and you want to believe that you are the one in charge. And I've taught all of you the first step, the core principle is the no fear mentality. The no fear mentality is the absolute core principle to defeating gang stalkers. If you hear people talking trash out in public, don't engage them. Use your mind. Talk shit right back to them. Okay? Do that. Now, some of you, the lower voice of skull will tell you, oh, that is stupid. Don't do that. That's embarrassing. Or you might try doing it in your head for a little bit, and the lower voice of skull will make fun of you by saying, making you think that it's stupid to do that. But if you keep doing it, give it some time. Do it for like 30 minutes, talking trash with your mind. You're gonna notice they're gonna start engaging with you in a way that it's like they actually heard your thoughts. See, they're gonna make responses, letting you know they heard your thoughts. So once that happens, that's a major milestone for you, because that just makes a connection that you are receiving voice to skull. And what you're hearing out in public, it's actually voice to skull. It's loud. But the whole time you've been thinking it's real people. That's because they've been tricking you. As people walk by, that's where they'll send out these voice to skull. And the lower voice to skull will tell you it's those people. Notice how you can progress in this. And that's why I've been trying to teach you guys and inform you guys, for the TIs that are not aware of this. These are steps you're gonna need to understand, to move up, elevate yourself. Don't let fear hold you back. No more. Don't let fear hold you back anymore. Be out. Talk to people. Talk trash using your mind. Talk trash to this gang stalker. It's okay. Don't just do it for a little bit. You have to do it for at least 30 minutes an hour. If they're not responding at first, do it for 30 minutes an hour. And you're gonna start noticing they will acknowledge you. They will talk to you. Okay, well, you don't have to talk to people, but that's fine. You don't have to talk to people. See, I'm not talking to anyone. I'm just talking to you guys. It's really beautiful out here. Well, I think I'm done with the live stream. I kind of just want to walk around, and I know that time I'm gonna have to go meet up with my wife again. So I hope you guys enjoy this live stream, and I hope I motivated some of you out there to stop being in fear. Stop living in this shell and just go outside. Break the ice. Soon enough, all this is gonna come so easy for you. So easy. Yes, no fear. So happy Father's Day to all of you. Just enjoy yourself and be safe out there, okay? All of you just be safe and You're special. You're a true TI. You really are. Soon enough, you're gonna know why. I'm going to upload a video on more videos on magic and how magic is related to gang stalking. Remember I made a video about the lottery number prediction and how the gang stalkers are the one that helping the magician? Well, to be fair, the magician wouldn't call the entity that's helping him or her gang stalker. Like, the relationship won't be the same. The magician will actually believe the force that's helping him or her is like a spiritual guide. See, their relationship different. Us true TIs, we don't have a good relationship with these entities, and that's why we stumble upon gang stalking. That's how it is. But I'm going to show you how these entities they're in the physical, and how they have the power to manipulate the environment. And I got some really good magic to show you guys that are just unbelievable. Because there's the regular card trick, regular street magician, and then there's the next level magician. And these next level magicians are the ones that actually have shows in Vegas. Okay? And yes, like David Blaine, that guy definitely got entities that helped him. But notice, now I notice his acts are more just stunts. He just does more stunts. It's not like when he's younger, he was able to do certain magic and just out of this world. Can't be explained, out of this world. But now, he only does stunts. So I got a feeling that, I can't prove anything, but I got a feeling he probably got into realization that these entities, it's not, the relationship is not what he wanted. I will explain all that in my next video. And for now, I want you to actually go research mentalists. M-E-N-T-A-L-I-S-T. Mentalists. Mentalists are people that does performance, but then they can read people's minds. Now, for those true TIs out there, you'll be singing Voice to Skull, you know what I'm talking about. How can a person read someone else's mind? They're gonna need help. Help from whom? Well, for us, we call them gang stalkers. For the mentalists, they actually gonna call them a spiritual guide. And that is the only reason they can label themselves as mentalists and be able to perform mind reading. Because there's only two options. Either one, the one that's the participation, the people participating are all lying, they're all part of the act, or they're not part of the act and they're real people. So if that's the case, then how can the mentalists read their mind on some very private things? That is because the gang stalkers can read minds. The gang stalkers is always next to you. The gang stalkers, it's around you right now. It's around me right now too. So for the mentalist, it's right next to the mentalist. And the mentalists have the help of the gang stalker read the mind of that person. And how? That's because the mentalist would ask a question, right? You need to first have a question to engage the thought, to trigger the thought. So the mentalist would ask the question, and the person participating will trigger that thought. And as soon as it triggers, the gang stalker can read the mind. And that's how it's done. So go look up mentalists and see what a real mentalist would do. Okay? They read minds. And it's because the gang stalker is helping them. But to them, it's not the gang stalker. To them, it's a spirit guide. That is their relationship. For us TIs, we don't have that relationship. That's why we call them gang stalkers. Does that make sense? Well, I will explain later. For now, I'm gonna have to go. Hope you guys enjoy this live stream. Shimong signing out. You know what? Sorry, trying to end this stream. Alright guys, take care. Happy Father's Day.